Hey, let me know if you can hear me, of course, man. You know we gotta do a mic check. Yeah, let me know. Anybody, let me know. If you can hear me, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Put it in the chat. Say, yeah, hey. All artists mental, can you hear me? Tammy Holloway, what up? What's happening? Amina Hassan, what's happening? What's going on? Can y'all hear me? Yeah, that's the all right, cool, perfect. K Money, what up, what up? Yeah, that's what it's about, right? The election. Yeah. So that's the question. Who do you think is winning? Who y'all think winning tonight, man? Put it in the chat. Who y'all think winning? Who do you want to win? Who do you want to win? Who you think is gonna win? Peace and Pooh Rafiq from Philly. What's good, beloved? What up? That's my Rafiq, what's good? Something bit me. So what's good, bro? Phil, what's happening? 2020 election night, man. What's happening, man? Who y'all got? Who you got and why you got them? Want to be closer than they say? Yeah. I agree, man. I agree 1,000%, man. K Money said I think Trump is going to win. Yeah. Justice Supreme on Trump. Okay. AK Gorilla, what up? You know what I mean? Rudy, what's happening? You know what I mean? King Simon, what up? Follow the money. Yeah. It's a lot of Trump riding up in here. Okay, what up, Talib? What's good? Who y'all got, man? Who you got? So let's look at yeah, for sure. I think the Democrats control Congress, man. I'm really curious into seeing old girl, man. It's my girl named Angela Stanton King in Georgia's 5th district. Her opponent wouldn't even debate her. You know what I'm saying? All artists mental said the Simpsons never lie. So that's interesting because I actually purchased that particular episode. And we got to watch a few things too, man, because that famous picture that you see, the Simpsons will also make stuff after the fact. But that famous picture of Donald Trump coming down the escalator, I couldn't find that episode. Any reference that came with Trump and the Simpsons is a show called Bart to the Future. And in that show, you never physically see a character of Trump. It is said from Lisa Simpson that she inherited the financial issues from President Trump, but they never physically showed Trump. However, they don't have to in order for this thing to play out. And so I was looking at a lot of things, man, and the cards are definitely stacked against Trump, stacked against him. I would even go as far as saying the planets look like they're not necessarily in the most favorable position as well. But then you're dealing with a guy who is 100% a master in his craft. who will never ever have one. He doesn't have doubt, and he doesn't have negative self-speech. And you would know that by two ways you can know it. One, if you just ever studied any of his works, think like a billionaire, think like a champion. And he telling you, like, I hope to see you in the billionaire circle. You know, that's a small group of people. And the thinking that it takes to get to that particular level, it just surpasses a lot of, you know, the others who are not necessarily there and whatnot. And so, you know, and then you can just look at, you know, he was losing in the polls last time. And he'll tell you, oh, no, we're winning in the polls. And they're like, yo, you lying. You ain't winning in the polls. What do you mean? Hillary's smoking you in the polls. So he would never admit defeat to self. And that's a strategy of a champion. You know what I mean? And so, you know, knowing that, and he will use alternative facts until his vision becomes complete. You can't rule him out based off of other factors and whatnot. If this thing comes to some sort of deliberation that needs to be done, El Monte, what up? It's a wrap. You definitely gonna have to give it to Trump, because now that's admitting that it's a tie, and this dude he ain't throwing in the towel when it's a tie. He ain't that kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah. So let's take a look and see. Let me go to screen share real fast and see if we can see a little bit of something for a quick second. All right. Bing, 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 bing. All right. So bear with me here. This is tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. This is Election Day. No, this ain't Election Day. Who is this? No, this is actually Joe Biden's chart. But let me get off Biden. I actually want to come over here. All right, yeah. So this is what the election night looks like right now in the sky as we speak, about, you know, technically in about an hour and a half. But pretty much everything is in the same position, constellation-wise. You know, again, this tremendous pressure that is in that Capricorn alignment, that Saturn, that Pluto, that Jupiter. You're dealing with the law, which is Jupiter. You're dealing with Pluto, which represents some type of decay and endings. And you're dealing with Saturn, which can also represent endings and to a degree, decay as well. For Saturn and Pluto have a very interesting, dark, similar, synonymous type of energy. In fact, if we can go look at, let me see something, some keywords for Saturn. Let me see, where you at, Mr. Saturn? Let me know P. All right. So I don't want it to get too distorted, but let me see. Debts, bruises is one form to pass. Deficiency. So deficiency is a lack thereof. Frigidity, it gets stuck. Chronic ailments, right? This depression, this coldness, this confinement, failure and losses, far right. You know what I'm saying? And so those keywords, failure and losses and this cold, frigid energy, when we start to go look at keywords for Pluto, you know, we see death, and we see transformation, and we see struggle and decomposition. You know what I'm saying? It's you know what I mean? Those two energies are just dark forces, man. And so the dark forces of the solar system right now in the sky are literally together in Capricorn. And this is very interesting, though, because, it starts to give light to, government itself is appearing to erode and whatnot. Again, we talked about it previously before. This is the great alignment that, world civilizations, every time these two get in some type of proximity of one another, Saturn and Pluto, we see a major, major, major transformation in government. Okay, the powers that be usually go through some form of transformation and or collapse altogether. So this energy is there, squaring Mercury at the bottom of the chart, as you can see in red. And Mercury is the messenger. And today Mercury just came out of retrograde not too long ago, a few hours ago. And so this is a whiplash effect that we're about to have, where miscommunications can easily occur right now. Errors in voting machines and things of that nature is more than likely to happen at this particular time and whatnot. So the heavens look like, and plus Mercury's in Libra. Venus is at home in Libra at the bottom. And Mercury in Libra could represent some form of not only miscommunications because of the retrograde, but communication dealing with justice. And then we saw Saturn dealt with justice as well. Because see, Libra scales deal with justice, and then Saturn deals with justice. Okay? And then Jupiter is the law. And then all of that energy in Capricorn represents government. And so with this particular square that we're seeing to Mercury, this very well could easily go into some form of a council deliberation, some sort of trying to figure out who the winner is. Okay. Now, one on the PowerPoint here, just to kind of show you how to start measuring some of this stuff. And I'm sorry if you really can't see it too big, but this is Joe Biden's chart. And, when I'm looking at certain things, I'm like, oh, shit, Joe Biden is really about to be under what I call a code red advisory. This is where accidents are more than likely to happen and increases at this particular time. And then also, this is where, this is not good energy. This is, you need to beef up your security for sure and whatnot. Especially if this thing gets to like a tie, and then you just got all these people on the right that feel like, it's not right and whatnot. Joe should represent some potential accidents and injuries coming. So how do you see that though? Well, one of the things is we know that the planet Mercury at the bottom here, I'll put an arrow to it so you can see it, right? So the planet Mercury here at the bottom, let me make that a black for you and make that a little bigger. Bam, okay. So the planet Mercury right here in the sky, which we know is in retrograde, since the retrograde just stopped today, Mercury is now getting ready to get ready to move over into Scorpio. And notice that Biden has Mars in Scorpio, and then he also has Mercury when he was born was in Scorpio. So he's about to get ready to have what is known as a Mercury return. Simply means Mercury in the sky is about to come back to where it was when he was born. However, he was born with Mars at 13 degrees Scorpio. So that is the next stop for Mercury. And so when Mercury aligns with Mars, this is the time where it says, oh shit, Mercury is travel and Mars is accident. So this is the time where you're likely to be in an accident. Okay, so it's like this triggering effect and whatnot. And then Mars represents violence, gunshots, and things of that nature. So now you can say, oh shit, all right, you gotta, it's more than likely at this particular time. Okay. And so that's one thing that I see. But I also know that if we go to the top of the chart, okay, I know that Mars right here is in Aries, and Mars' next stop from Aries is going to be in Taurus. Now, Taurus is opposite Scorpio, okay? And so when Mars gets here, it moves over here in Taurus, what's going to happen is Mars will be here in Taurus, and it's going to be in direct opposition to all this energy down here in Scorpio. So now he will go through a Mars, opposite Mars. In his timeline, in fact, his Mercury timeline is from 1114 to 1128 at the bottom. So I wrote that down, that he will experience Mercury opposite Mars in that little thing. I'm sorry, Mercury conjunct Mars around 1114 all the way up to the 28th. And then the Mars energy at the top that I'm pointing out, when it gets over here into Taurus, that's going to happen on January the 14th, and that will take him all the way up to March the 20th. It'll be springtime. Now, this is going to be interesting because what's going to happen is he has all these planets down here at the bottom. So if you follow my arrow, the base of the arrow at the top is Mars is going to be there. So first it's going to be in opposition to Mars, and then it's going to be in opposition to his natal Mercury. Then it's going to be in opposition to his sun, then his Venus. So we have to wait until Mars gets somewhere in Sagittarius, which means, Mars in the sky gets somewhere in Gemini. But see, another factor is the way his chart is set up. Even when Mars gets into Gemini, guess what? He has Saturn there. And I've seen this time and time again. When Mars gets in the same position as Saturn, sometimes that also produces friction in the same type of negative energy. Because it is a known fact that the great malefics, as they're called, historically has always been Saturn and Mars. These two are called the great malefics. So even when Saturn gets there, okay, he's going to have Mars conjunct Saturn in Gemini, and that produces more issues. So now technically we got to wait till Mars. Look, his Saturn is at 9 degrees, so we want to get 10 degrees past that, okay? So technically when Mars is about 19, 20 degrees, which would be about right up in here somewhere, okay? It'd be about right here where I'm pointing at in the arrow, be about right here in the sky. That's when he will be out of the cold red time. So now what we need to do is go to the future and know how to read what's called an ephemeris and see when will Mars be about 20 degrees Gemini, okay? So the way that you do that is you'll go to a site. Me personally, I use Chaldea, KHALDEA.com, Chaldea, and you click on the Ephemeris Center. You click on the Ephemeris Center, you will get all of it starts all the way back to the year 1600 that you can look at planetary alignments, okay? Now, so what we'll do is we're going to go into the year 2021, and we're going to look at Mars to see when Mars will be about 19 degrees Gemini. So right now, Mars in February is in the constellation Taurus almost, okay? Starts at 12 degrees Taurus. All right, so we know it's not going to happen in March. We'll do it in April. Okay, well, April, he gets to 19 degrees Gemini on, looks to be April the 6th, okay? April the 6th, Mars is now at 19 degrees Gemini. But now it's April season, and now Mercury is in early Aries, okay? So that's interesting. But nevertheless, Mars is now out of that zone all the way into early April for him, okay? So this guy, I'm sorry, I'm on this PowerPoint. This guy he has a long time. He's under a cold red advisory all the way from now until April, okay? So this is potentially dangerous, to be honest with you. Very dangerous, very, very, very volatile. At this particular time, which is interesting because now if you're dealing with imagery and whatnot, if The Simpsons prevail true. And Jew brought up a good point, and he was like, bro, let me check y'all in the chat, make sure y'all still with me. He was like, bro, you know, there was a book out called The Last President, and it had this Trump figure in there. And this is before The Simpsons even came out. So then you got that particular quantum dynamic happening where people can read a reality, and then fiction becomes reality. Okay. This documented works, you know, dealing with, you know, some famous work of Edgar Allan Poe, has done some things, you know, written it in Life Imitates Art. And then you have the reality of The Simpsons. And in truth, what I was studying today was they'll tell you that particular episode, Bark to the Future, that mentions Donald Trump, when he won the election, it received a lot of viewbacks. Now people are going to go looking like, oh shit, The Simpsons did it again. They're going to go look it up. So now they're viewing that particular reality again, where Lisa, there's a female president after Trump. Now this brings me to Kamala. And it was like, oh, Kamala. And I'm like, oh, wow. So now is it setting itself up when in a nutshell that maybe, in my opinion, Joe Biden doesn't look like the strongest person vitality-wise. You know what I mean? It's like, you okay? You know what I'm saying? Will you be here 4 years, let alone 8, you know, possibility. You know what I mean? And it's like, I wonder what this looks like. You know what I mean? If the Simpson aspect of Lisa, a female, becomes actual president after Trump. See, it wasn't Hillary, because Hillary, if the Simpson paradigm is true, Trump was president and then the female came. You see what I'm saying? And so this is just kind of interesting to see here. You know what I mean? Will it play out just like that in a sense, where maybe Trump goes, he doesn't win today, but Joe Biden gets in, and then somehow Joe Biden, you know, he dies, and then Kamala steps in, you know what I mean? And now she's the first female president because she inherited from the vice president standpoint. Possibility, you know what I'm saying? It's all possibilities and whatnot. Thank you, Moon Goddess. Thank you for the love. I appreciate you, man. All right, Mr. Compensation, man. Yeah, you're welcome for the reading, man, for sure. Sean Harris had the book, The Last President. So I never read it, Sean. Can you share with us in a sense? Because I heard there's a character in there called Trump and whatnot. Yeah, really appreciate that. And now, so we see Biden, right? Trump, let me pull Trump up real fast, man. Now, one thing is very interesting. It's actually two things is very interesting. Well, before I do that, the legend is, let me go to Chaldea. The legend is, y'all, that Pluto has made its first 248-year journey around the solar system from the incorporation of July 4th, 1776. Okay, and I want to see if that's true. So on July 4th, 1776, we see, here's the 4th here, we see that Pluto indeed was at 27 degrees Capricorn. Now this is interesting, okay, because we're talking about, and let's pull that up on astro.com real fast. Let's see what that looked like. And please note that the moon tonight on election night is in Gemini, and in an hour it'll be at 20 degrees Gemini, and Mr. Trump, and the moon rules public affairs, okay? Mr. Trump indeed is the Gemini, and as you can see at the bottom, his sun is 23 degrees Gemini, and his north node, the dragon's head, which is Soul's mission, is also at 20 degrees Gemini, and that's exactly where the moon is tonight doing election. So you want to talk about Soul's mission and something about speech and communication and whatnot. It's playing out. In fact, one research I was looking at, they had Trump's chart really at the top, they said that his midhaven was Gemini, which made him a political figure because the 10th house is the public. So it would not. So all this energy that you see at the bottom is really at the other side of the chart. It's at the top, okay? Which makes perfect sense. So anyway, the moon is there tonight, and he's definitely having what I would consider a favorable moon position. But also there's some other things and whatnot, because, you know, again, he's born with a Sagittarius moon because he's a full moon baby. Then that means the moon is opposite moon right now. And that also means that all of the energy that he was born with, all of this Capricorn energy in the sky, and I'll put an arrow, let me go get this arrow where I can just copy and paste it. All of this Capricorn energy, okay, that's right here in the sky. All of this Capricorn energy is causing what's called a square to all of this Libra energy that he was born with. All right, really two things. One thing in Libra, I'm looking at Jupiter in Libra is being squared by Jupiter. So he's going through a Jupiter square Jupiter, Saturn, all of that stuff right there. And then, like I said in one show too, my biggest thing is Saturn opposite Saturn right now. That's big. And all these three is in opposition to his natal Saturn and whatnot. Cannot ignore that. That's a tremendous cycle that a person is in. But tonight, to me, Trump is victorious. And me personally, I just tell you, I'm a fan of Donald Trump. I don't care what you call me, whatever. I bet you can't out-debate me. And point for point, you know what I mean? Like dude is on a whole nother level. And just like I always said before, on a whole nother note, I love the fact that he is actually inspiring the change to take place, and that may agitate some people. And that's cool because he's the spark of the agitation. And I'm all for it because it's like, yeah, now we can finally get somewhere. The people of influence and of affluence can finally get to a particular point to be able to do something. With Joe Biden, you'll go to sleep and you think you did something, you ain't did shit. With Trump, you'll be like, oh, no, I can't take it no more. Come on, let's keep on building. We can't stop. I ain't got no choice now. You know what I mean? Like, you won't have no choice if Trump get in. And that's what we need. We need to have our backs up against the wall where we feel like we don't have no choice so we can build the America that we say is, you know, a representation of whatever's in our mind, whatever the hell that may be. You know what I'm saying? All right. And so, I was going to show something. So we did see that. So Pluto is in the same place, right? Pluto's in the same place in the sky. All right. Hold on. Let me see something here. Let me go back. Let me see. I'm just going to go ahead. Yeah, Pluto's about 22 degrees, Cap. So Pluto's in the same place, man, when this country was founded. So this is literally like, you know, so we can, the American Revolution, you know what I mean? When the country becomes new, then you got the Civil War that is like, okay, there's a new phase within the country. You know what I'm saying? There's all this dynamic mirror from each other. And that's exactly what it feels like. It feels like, you know, a new America is emerging in a sense. And then I also feel like there's about to be civil war amongst the citizens this time. You know what I'm saying? Citizens against citizens, not a government against a people and whatnot. So that's absolutely shaken up. Seemed like I was going to show y'all something, but I'm getting old and I'm losing my train of thought here. Moon's in the same place for Trump. That's interesting. I forget. And I know what, though, I think I even went as far as going to look into the position when the episode from The Simpsons was actually projected out into the public and looking at some things. That moon position is also is now favoring Trump. But now it looks like, oh, okay, well, that's the Lisa female energy that's coming through and whatnot. So this is going to be, it's just going to be interesting, It really is. It's just going to be real interesting to watch this thing play out. So let me go back to the check and see if we got some information on that book here. Let me see. Let me go back. There's something about that book. All right, man. Who you got, King Simon? Who you got, man? Who you got? Who emerged as the winner? I mean, it's so close, I can't really call it, man. I mean, it's star-wise, it looks to me, honestly, it looks like more of a Biden thing. But the law of mentalism, history, and shit, that's Trump. And if this thing go to any form of a debate, it's game over. That like Trump is like Jordan in the fourth quarter, man. You know, I have one of the two books in the Baron Trump novels in 1900, Last President. It's a very short read, but airy because it shows the chaos after Trump-like figure is elected again. Ooh-wee. And I think Trump is hilarious. Hold on. So this thing is called, what's the name of the book? Baron Trump novels. All right. All right, let me see. Baron Trump novels. Let's see if we can get a hit on that, y'all. Baron Trump novels. Okay. All right. And kind of, and what was the book called? Little Baron Trump. It's this one right here, The Last President, right? All right. So can we get Baron Trump, The Last President PDF? It's in the Library of Congress, but I don't know if it'll give us the whole thing. It's probably just a catalog. Ooh, no, it isn't. Hold on, I think I saw it. Download in PDF. Bam. Thank you, Library of Congress. That's a big file. Okay. Oh man, I'm gonna have to peep this out. So go ahead in the novel, man. So the novel was saying it's gonna be chaos after this Trump figure. All right, Simon got Trump. I don't know, he said he think Trump is hilarious. Simon, who winning? Who you got winning based off numbers, man? Now is the time to validate the sciences. Who's winning? Stimulated Mind say it's going to take a couple of days, but it's going to be Trump. 2020 is Biden and Harris because both of them are born on the 20th. But 2021 is Trump and Pence because they Geminis. Nah, man, we got to find the clear-cut winner. At the end of the day, when the smoke clear, who's standing? You have made this election so interesting. I knew this would be bad, but it took me some time, but my understanding of the cosmos has increased. Oh, man, thank you, Moon Gods. Appreciate it. So who you got, Simon? Who is the winner at the end of the day? Mike Watley, what up? You got Trump 2020? Me either, man. I take that back. I was interested in John. I voted for Baby Bush. That's my dude, man. I don't care what y'all say. Baby Bush was my guy. Well, that dude was freaking hilarious. And unbeknownst, I didn't know at the time, But the historical unemployment rates for Black people were low, and we made the most money, median income, we made the most money under Baby Bush as far as median income goes. And I pulled that data off of the Department of Labor and Statistics. All right. I actually did a Black median income. All right. So here it is. I mean, this is literally a copy and paste that I did from the Department of, let's just see, the Department of the Bureau of Statistics, Labor and Statistics, and whatnot. And what they did was they converted all of the money with inflation over, of course, so it can have the same value and whatnot. And it goes back. It goes Blacks alone. You see what I'm saying? Family households. What I got highlighted here? And so then what I also did was I took that data, right, and I went to the unemployment rates, and I dropped the money right here. So red means Republican and blue means Democrat. And absolutely, this gold right here, the highest unemployment rate ever was under Reagan, okay, in January, when Reagan came in. That January, I don't have a year, but that January wasn't a good year and whatnot. And then what I did was I got their annual averages right here next to their name. So the Ford administration for Black unemployment was 11.8. The Carter administration was 13.3. So it went slightly up under Carter. Okay. Reagan went up to 15.6. And then this is when they started collecting the financial information on median income by races. Okay, so we was at 30.9K. Big Bush came in and dropped it from Reagan. Okay, Clinton came in and it started to decline. So, but the truth is, if you look at Reagan's 21.2 all the way in January, shit started declining from there because it never matched that 21 again. So you can just follow this along. 20 the next month, 20.7, 19.4, goes up a fraction, 19.7, then it's down 18.8, 18.2. Now we're in the 17s. So it's already been decreasing since Reagan. The truth of the matter, Black unemployment rate, it was decreasing since Reagan. And Clinton comes in and he continues to decrease. So it's already on a decline. And then Clinton gets it in single digits. The Black unemployment rate hits single digits. Okay. And then it continues to decline. And then Clinton finishes with an average of a 10% Black unemployment rate. And we make more money. $4,000 more than the previous administration. Baby Bush comes in and slightly goes up, but he starts crushing it in the latter years, and it starts to decline and whatnot. All right, and so he starts to decline. Hold on. That was a call. So he starts to decline. And then he has his Baby Bush has a 9.7 unemployment rate, and he's damn near tied with Clinton. But 9.7, and we make more money. We make damn near 40 bands at that particular time. Now Obama comes in, and it starts to. And here's the thing: you can see where Baby Bush was at 9.4 in column G, then it starts to go up to 10, then 11, then 12. So the unemployment rate for Blacks was already going up as a country as a whole as well. And then Obama just picks up where it was. And then Obama's unemployment rate starts to get really high, start to get up into like 16.8, I'm thinking is the highest. Yeah, 16.8. We didn't see that since Reagan, but it was already on an increase. And then Obama gets it under control pretty much his last 2 years. It starts to dip back down into the 9s, ultimately the 8s. And then Obama finished with a 12.9. But his money, what we was making more money under Bush and whatnot. And then Trump gets in, and then it was going on the lowest. It definitely is at the lowest it ever been at the time that I finished taking the notes. 3 terms in, you know what I mean? Trump was at a 6.1. The black unemployment rate was the lowest it's ever been at 6.7. But here's the kicker. This is not, the progression from when they start taking statistics. This is very interesting to me, man, because the truth of the matter is the nation as a whole is growing, period. It's more prosperity out there. There's more people becoming millionaires out there. The jobs are there and whatnot. And so this it's like a farce in a sense to say that, this president did it or this president did it, where when you look at the entire rhythm of the whole thing, you see its peaks and its valleys, but the overall trend is a decrease because, as it should be, because we are becoming better as we progress, period. You understand what I'm saying? So you can't fall for the hype of that kind of stuff, man. Each party would say, just hype shit up so they can look good. And it's just not true. You know what I mean? All right, Simon, what you got, man? What you got, man? Because I'm not a politician, to me it's drastic and weird toss-up due to the energy of 2020 and 2021 that's now in play. Okay, Simon, you can't call it. Talib is on Trump. What about Obama? Did y'all see that Simpsons voting clip? No, I didn't see the Simpsons voting clip. Yeah, the lowest was Trump. The lowest black unemployment rate has ever been since the inception of taking note happened to fall under Trump. I'm not going to say simply he created it and made it happen. Again, that I think that would be false because, again, the decline has already been happening. Ronald Reagan hit the highest, and we ain't never been back since. You understand what I'm saying? So, therefore, you know what I mean? What can we say? It's been declining since then. All right. Talib got Trump. Why so low under Trump? More people becoming entrepreneurial since Trump. That's a good point. More people are becoming more entrepreneurial since Trump. Shit, what Oprah say? Well, I figure if he could do it, then I might just could be president of the United States. That's that inspiration that's coming. You know what I'm saying? I would agree. More people are becoming more entrepreneurial. Drew brings up the point, the business people. Who the business people voting for, man? You think they voting for the homeboy, Biden? You know what I mean? Or are they voting for Trump? Right? So that's a good point. You know what I mean? I would love to really get in this book. Secretary of State William M. Stewart of Nevada. Stewart was Secretary of State under Lincoln. This is interesting. Okay. I'll have to take my time and go through this. Let me see here. So they kind of got some. So the countdown they saying is 85 to 55 right now. They got Biden up by 30. But we've seen this before. Right? We've seen it before, man. Yeah. It's a hard call, man. It is, man. It's definitely a hard call. But if I had to see, this is the dilemma. This is the dilemma. It's a dilemma, right? So, like, there's another system called the Destiny card system. This is where the playing cards become personality types, and and just types. And then since Joe Biden his birthday is coming up in about 17 days. I don't think the results may not be back from then, but Biden is about to go into a whole new solar year because his birthday is coming. So your birthday, obviously, you know how you turn up when you turn 21, 50, whatever the case may be, you turn up because that's the starting of a new cycle for you as an individual. It got nothing to do with January the 1st. So Biden is about to go through a new birthday cycle. And according to this card system, his card for the year is the Ace of Diamonds, which deals with new money or new financial occupation. So it looks like Joe is about to have a new job of some sort. Now, it's hard to tell if he don't win and then he leaves out of politics and start doing something else, or he got a new job within politics. But it looked like there's definitely something new for Joe. Trump, on the other hand, for the year is holding the Nine of Diamonds. Nine of Diamonds could represent universal values, but also could be considered the lost card. Very interesting. This is Kanye West card, and this is 50 Cent's card. And these are two individuals who, 50 didn't openly endorse Trump, but he was like, yo, compared to that Biden shit, yo, I'm getting the fuck up out of here, in a sense, right? So it was an endorsement. And both of these are the cards, both of these people, 50 and Kanye West, although Kanye didn't endorse them, but he has before, in a sense, right? These are the cards that Trump is holding. So the 9 could represent some type of financial loss, okay? But, I'm so glad Kanye West became a billionaire, because that's also to show you that the 9 of D, which I'm a 9 of D, it's not solely about that. Don't get it twisted. You got some very affluent, now a billionaire, that's a 9 of D. Which, again, the traditional aspect will look like, oh, that's the card of financial losses. Bullshit. Okay? Once their values are lined up, our values are lined up, and ain't no stopping. And so, the ace, the new money, or the 9. You know what I'm saying? And so, and then there's another joint where this dude did a prediction. He got this model that he's been doing called the 13 Keys. And he's been doing this from the 80s, I think, 84, he's been calling the presidency. And he only really kind of lost one, but he takes the victory, which was the Al Gore Bush. And he had Al Gore, but Al Gore did win the popular vote and whatnot. But he's called him every single time. Called him. He even called Trump, obviously. In 2016, he called Trump. And Trump actually sent him a letter and put it on a Sharpie like, good call, and signed his name and whatnot. And he has Trump coming out and Biden coming in. That's what he has. But I'm telling you, that damn Donald, you cannot underestimate the power of, I'm just going to call it mentalism. If Donald Trump wins tonight, I am telling you now, this dude is, you got to bow down. He's the greatest wizard ever. Okay? And for real, you're just going to have to give it to him, man. So it's an interesting take, man. Interesting take, man. All right, man. So what y'all got, man? Yeah. Alan Lichman, right? That's his name, right? So let's see. We can pull a little bit up for the Alan Lichman joint. Bam. Let's see. I thought they had his predictions. I was looking at his predictions on Wiki earlier somewhere. Maybe it was this right here. Bingo. Here we go. All right. And so the whole thing is you can't have 6 or more false. And it's all about the incumbent party. The party that's currently sitting in the House have to have can't have more than 6 false things that, in these particular arenas. And he's been calling them since Reagan. So he predicted Reagan won. He predicted Big Bush won. He predicted Clinton won, Clinton again. Al Gore, he predicted, but the actual winner was Bush. Okay? Again, that was a popular vote thing. And then you got Bush again. All right. Obama he got. And you got Obama again. And then you got Trump the first time. And now he's going to Joe Biden. Okay? So homeboy record is pretty, without a shadow of a doubt. This was a freaking, this went down. This went down. And I tell you, he predicted Gore would win the popular vote in 2000, which he did. In 2004 onwards, listening predicted the winner of the Electoral College. All right. And so he wasn't doing the Electoral College at that particular point, but then he switched it up and started calling them. And then he has been calling them. So that's on the roll. You know what I'm saying? So that's man, this is interesting, man. It is. What do you say to that? What do you say to that, man? What do you say to that? All right. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the moon on swole. You know what I'm saying? So those of us who want Trump, man, we need to go out, look at the moon, because the moon is in Gemini, which is Trump. You're a Trump supporter, man. You need to see Trump winning and giving the victory speech. Real spill. You know what I'm saying? If the moon is a recording device, if the moon, it's all about energy, and you are a Trump supporter, tonight's tonight to send a signal to Donald Trump, putting him in this winning position, man. Because like it or not, we've just now getting to a point where we're talking about a diamond plan. We're just now getting to a point where we're talking about, plan for Black America, Ice Cube. You understand what I'm saying? And you wouldn't have got that. You wouldn't have got that. You wouldn't have got that under Hillary Clinton. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't have got that kind of agitation and motivation. You know what I'm saying? I keep telling you, man, like, how many times people remix the MAGA hat and put their own thing on there? You know what I'm saying? Straight biting Trump style. You biting. That's biting. Dude, that's biting, man. I don't care what you call it. Like, you're biting dude style. You know what I'm saying? So you think you dissing on me, you ain't with him, but you taking his whole red hat, you taking the whole swags. He's giving you swag. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see how that actually beats him, because it's actually reinforcing his logo and this whole thing. This whole narrative is being reinforced, because that's bad when you have to take. You gotta take his own things. You know what I'm saying, and try to be creative with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, make Africa great again. Also, make America indigenous again. Make rap. Make hip hop rap again or whatever. Like, it's all kinds of freaking remixes on MAGA. You know what I'm saying? All kinds of it. But, for Trump, man, need the moon program. You know what I'm saying? Because there's various programs running. You know what I mean? This is football. You know what I'm saying? Will somebody come in and get an interception? You know what I'm saying? So Belize and Bonita said the popular vote so far shows Trump. You know what I mean? Dope. We need that electoral college, man. Yeah, I don't know. So I was gonna get to it. Hold on, y'all. My bad, Nick. All right. So yeah, man. So yeah. You know, I just wanted to have a quick little powwow, man. A little powwow. What else is going on out here, man? Make sure I covered everything. Dead Trump, dead Biden is under cool red. Peace, Black Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? 50.4 Republican. Yeah, I ain't even caring about the popular vote always. It don't mean nothing. Tyler got to get that 270. That's what that's about. You got to get 270. I want to know, how is old girl doing, man? Angela Stanton King in District 5, I think it is, in Georgia. How is she doing in the polls? You know what I'm saying? I just find it interesting that the culture, man, of hip-hop, when they want to have these political conversations, whether it's Ebro, C to God, like the opposing viewpoint of people who rock with Trump, the Candace Owens of the world and shit. It's not cool that they can't get a fair shot on the media channel to have conversation. And it goes beyond, man, like you think, somebody a coon or something. I really think that there is a pocket. I know when you start fucking around in that circle of Candace Owens, Larry Elder, that conservative circle, Ben Shapiro, Charlie Kirk, Crowder. You start fucking with that circle, you gonna have to come with your shit. Thomas Sowell, you gonna have to come with your shit, because you gonna have supporting facts to back that shit up, or you gonna shut up. And I just know that these popular hosts know that. You know when you see their body of work and dialogue that you just can't say statements like, well, police are killing us wholesale. And then the truth of the matter is the statistics state that, one black person don't even die every day. What do you mean wholesale? You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta support that and shit. You know what I'm saying? But a white person die every day. Question is, why don't the news report that and only report the damn black thing? You know what I'm saying? Black person dying every day. You know what I mean? Or die when when that situation happens and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And the playing field is not leveled in the popular mainstream in the sense where the dialogue is where we get cultural information from. Whether you're on your Breakfast Club, whether you're on your 107s and 105s and and so forth. Hip hop is democratic. Hip hop is loyal to Democrats. Black folks been loyal to Democrats, and I keep saying it. You've been loyal to Democrats ever since the 6-4 year, nigga. When the 6-4 Impala came out, is when the switch happened in culture. Barry Goldwater, you know what I'm saying? Republican, wasn't necessarily a staunch advocate, or he wanted some things changed in the Civil Rights Act. And as a Republican, he didn't stand behind that. This was the party that put Lincoln in as the first president, and the party that was officially started to end slavery. His whole purpose was to end slavery. The Republican Party need a motherfucking makeover. Excuse my French, but they need a makeover. it's not a representation of the creation of what it was. You know what I'm saying? They have absolutely no swag. They're so conservative, they stiff. You know what I'm saying? And they have no hip hop in them whatsoever. There's no urban appeal, none. You know what I mean? And so therefore, again, when LBJ came in and he sat the king and he started talking civil rights, there go the switch. And the big old switcheroo, man. It's black folks been married to the Democratic Party ever since. And this is a real story. You can go look it up and see. That's when the switch happened. You know what I'm saying? And it just amazes me now because now those same Southern slave states are now Republican states and shit. So this place is weird like that, man. And that's why I say I ain't afraid to say it. God is a weirdo. It was this way, and now the whole thing just totally turned in a different direction and whatnot. But again, like I said in previous episodes, you know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing because you got to figure out how you win either way. You know what I'm saying? How do you win either way? I haven't seen it. Maybe I just wasn't cognizant enough, but I never lived to see how a presidential election trickled down into my personal life and affected me anyway. So I'm just now getting to the point where it's like, oh shit, Trump got these, this crazy ass opportunity zone that where you don't have to pay taxes on some shit if you got businesses in these urban areas. You keep reinvesting your money in the business for 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. There's these big ass tax incentives where you can defer it or cancel it out altogether. From my understanding, if you go 10 years, you know what I'm saying, of reinvesting your money back in these urban opportunity zones and shit. So, but that takes me having to step up and be a boss to be able to receive the benefits. The federal government rewards the bosses. So you can call them lobbyists, whether it be Amazon or big tech or pharma or oil companies, because they make the world go round. They employ a lot of people, right? So like Simon said, you follow the money in a sense, right? So the government is saying, okay, well, you got to get off your ass and you got to become a boss. And it's just not being self-employed either. You gotta create a business where you have employees. That's where it's at. And that's what we learned in the Wealth Club was like, oh, the game is over here. You have to be an employee. Now, there's nothing wrong with being self-employed. The thing is, you get taxed the hardest when you're self-employed. Sole proprietorship is the same as if you were working for somebody else. And it's even harder because as a sole proprietor, you got to pack it, you got to ship it, you got to track it, you got to come up with the design, you got to give it to a designer and find a designer. You a part of every single thing because it's just you. You understand what I'm saying? So there ain't no tax incentives just because you started your little business. It's a tax incentive if you got employees on that payroll, though. Now we getting somewhere. Now you leveling up and you being the boss now. That's where the big boys play at. You see what I'm saying? And so, it trickles down there because now you can start to see these incentives such as the opportunity zone. Okay, invest in the opportunity zone. Buy real estate or open up your business in one. Every city, we in cities. These cities, they're pretty much urban opportunity zones. So go ahead. We got you. Just man up. Be a boss. You know what I'm saying? And that's what government is all about anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's all about being a boss. And so, I've never, the truth of the matter is we just never really leveled up, on that level to see, at least I haven't, to see it trickle down in a way from national politics where it actually benefits us because the shit in the neighborhood look the same. And that's the problem. You're looking for government to spawn economic growth, but the government is 100% dependent upon you to spawn economic growth. This ain't goddamn communism where everything is government ran and you can't have nothing. This is not a communist country. This is not socialism. You understand what I'm saying? This is about free enterprise. Get off your black ass and get up and fix this abandoned building and open up shops here. Do it. You and everybody in your neighborhood, get up. Y'all live in this shit. Okay? Quit crying what Washington gonna do. You live in this shit. Okay? So fix it. All right? You can fix it and you can make it happen. That's where the game is. And so what creates growth, I'm gonna take y'all on this map. The illest example ever that I've been in to see how this model works, what a neighborhood should look like, as far as economics, is a neighborhood in Cleveland called Tremont. Okay? And I'm gonna take you there on the map right now. Okay? So let's go to Tremont in Cleveland. Okay? And let's go on, I think it's literary and professor. Okay? And it's right here by Lincoln Park. All right? So where is, they go literary road right there. Literary, I thought it was professor, maybe all this right here. Bingo, right up in this little pocket. Okay. So what I like about it is, this is not a downtown zone. Like you're in a neighborhood, okay? You're just in a regular residential neighborhood. But what they did was they took an artery of two streets, Literary and Professor, and they spawned it by local growth, by local restaurants, High and Dry, bowling, and beer, okay? So they got a very small little, it ain't a full bowling alley, but I don't know if you can see in there. But it's just, it's like a little miniature bowling. Miniature bowling was happening. So outdoor foodery, like this should be popping. This builds economic neighborhood morale. A place you can come and sit down and eat and talk outside is neighborhood morale at its absolute highest. It's absolute highest, all right? So here's another little restaurant joint. I think a sister down here has some type of, little beauty bar to do the waxing and the eyebrows and shit. I think that was like a little consignment store and whatnot. And when I was here, you had people, you know how you have the varsity T-shirts, right? Look like you play for a varsity football team. People were wearing shirts that said Tremont, and I was amazed because it's so much morale here in this area that people are wearing T-shirts representing the freaking neighborhood. You know what I mean? They got their little market. They got this place right here was like a rock climbing place now. Got little consignment boutique stores, but you can go inside one of these places and it's more of an entertainment joint where you can climb rocks or climb the wall full of rocks. So they got their own little pizza joint. And then they also got their own little ice cream joint somewhere around here called like Tremont Ice Cream. So they got their own little local ice cream parlor. You know what I'm saying? And then there's a few more businesses down this way and whatnot. But this is what you're supposed to do. And the key is when you can find mixed use properties where it could be residential upstairs, but downstairs could be a storefront, or which one was that? It was this one, I think it was. Let me go back down this way. Like you can take a house, for example. Let me see if I can remember it. All right, the Community Health Center. This is Tremont Ice Cream, I think. All right. Yep. See, Tremont Ice Cream or Tremont Scoops and whatnot. So more businesses, but you can see this used to be this greenhouse right here is a perfect example. This was, it's attached to a house. So technically, you could have left this part as a house. You could have. You know what I mean? All this is nothing more than a house. But since it's on the main artery for them, then they got zoned as mixed commercial use. You see what I'm saying? These are houses, though. These are houses. That's all it is. These are houses. It's like, yo, let's turn the downstairs into a business. Fuck it, let's turn the whole house into a business. You know what I'm saying? And they got the zoning for it. And that's a whole nother thing. You got to start playing. You got to start playing politics, man. You know what I mean? You got to start playing politics. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. Come back to y'all now. All right. And so, you know, when you're doing, you know, I bought properties in a historical district. Okay. Then I started the communication line with the president of the historical district. Hey, these are my plans. This is what I want to do. Y'all seen it. They actually gave me a governor's mansion for free. It's one of the old governors. And it was like, here, man, you can have it for free. Only thing you got to do is just fix it. Because the person who bought it, he ain't really knows in the historical district. He got in over his head. We'll let you have it. Now, at that time, I had 2 properties over there. And I didn't get started on the big one. And I was like, nope, I don't want that pressure. I don't want you guys on my ass because this is the governor's mansion and I ain't get it fixed. And I haven't even solved my issue of getting the first one fixed. Because the truth of the matter is I haven't built my financial team. And I could have went on some other shit like, you know what, let's go ahead and do it. I'll figure it out later. But I didn't want to. I just didn't want to. At some point, you just got to know when, you know, I just didn't want it, right? So, but anyway, to be able, that was amazing to me. You know, you go from one school of thought in the journey of this shit that was all about the Illuminati and the government wants to keep you down to now they want to give me the goddamn governor's mansion for free. I'm like, what the fuck y'all talking about? That's when I get the Lil Wayne aspect going. Like, huh? Y'all tripping. White folks trying to give me governor's mansions to restore this whole thing. You understand what I'm saying? Man, y'all tripping, right? So we got a politic. You know what I'm saying? So I put something out there that I got a house that I'm willing to share, but you got to move in it. And you got to put 10 toes down and you got to be like, yo, I can move here. When I'm in town, I'm going to stay there when I'm in town. You know what I mean? So I need it for a place. And I just need one room. I bring my son with me or whatever the case may be. Just need a room. I just need a little man cave room. When I'm in town, I got somewhere to stay. But you ain't got to pay no rent. I always thought that if you could remove the biggest burden, which was the mortgage or the rent, because that shit used to stress me out. I don't know about y'all. I used to get salty when it came rent time. I don't even want to talk for a couple of days, right? For real, I'm not bullshitting. I used to be salty, right? And so if I can alleviate the biggest debt, which is the rent and, the mortgage, but you take care of the little bit of utilities and the food for yourself, man, and you say, you know what, man, I'll get me a little DoorDash joint and just to take care of my little odds and ends and shit. You know what I mean? But you got to be 10 toes down, because what I want to do is I need somebody in this new market that I'm in to be my project manager in the field. Now, what does that look like? And we create a partnership out of this. So I don't believe in people working for me. I don't like employees. I don't do well with people who got employee mindsets. I don't do good with employers trying to put an employee mindset on me. I like creating divisions and companies and bringing new sources of revenue in, and that's a partnership for me. So if I work with you, let me do something that you're not doing so I could, do that. And I'm good at that. That's my thing. And so What I'm looking for really is someone who will come live here and let's just say go out in the field. Now, this is what I mean by go out in the field. I can pay a Filipino to make the phone calls. I don't want you making the hard phone calls. But if the Filipino get through to somebody who want to sell their house, then that call can get routed to you. In fact, it can get routed to me. And then your job can do what I got one of my partners there doing is he goes and he just takes pictures of properties for me. Hey, call such and such. I want a picture of the inside because I know what I'm looking for, right? But I need somebody out in the field where I say, bump, we got the caller. We can send mail and send, a postcard to them. But how about you go knock on their door? Yeah, let's take it there because nobody's really door knocking. So you put your our center box off. You put the shirt on. You got your company shirt on. You know what I'm saying? You got your business card with you. You may have one of my door hangers I showed y'all before that I got right here. And you go out and say, knock on the door. And what is that? You know what I'm saying? And then you may say, hey, when you knock on the door, hey, I'm Mr. Jones. Hey, man, my name is whatever your name is, and I see you have this property, 123 Main Street. Hate to pop up on you, man, but I really, really love that property. Is now a good time we could talk about it? And they may be like, no, get out of here, right? Man, I'm so sorry, man. I just really love that property. Please take a call, take my call if it's not a good time for you. Or maybe you open up, hey, Mr. Jones, you know what I mean? Hate to pop up on you, man, but I saw your property, 123 Main Street. I buy homes. I really love that property. Here's my car. I don't want to infringe. Is now a good time for you? So now you're giving them the car. You tell them you don't want to infringe, but you like, is now a good time for you? They may take the car and say, no, I'll give you a call later. But they know that you're serious. You see what I'm saying? And once people know that you're serious, man, I'm telling you, they're going to deal with you. I give you a real life example. I'm hawking this property down because I own two houses that are directly next door to each other. And then there's this one house somebody live in, and then the next house is now on sale at the auction. So I hawked the owner down. First, I called the owner, nothing. Got a voicemail, left a message. Text the owner, nothing. Sent the owner a letter to her house, nothing. Sent my guy to the house where that's up on the auction that has a tenant in it. Knocked on the door, asked the tenant, hey, can I get her phone number? They give us the number and we leave a door hanger. So now they call her like, hey, some guy came through. And then she put the connection together like, oh, shit. So she told me, she's like, I'm not going to lie to you. I was ignoring you at first. But when I see, and this is what she said, but when I saw that you mailed me a letter, you text me, and you went over to my tenant's house and you didn't tell my tenant what was going on, I said, I got to call him. And she called me. And when did she call me? She got a great opportunity, okay? And I don't even want to share the opportunity right now because I like to put things in contract before I share. But it's a great deal where she's willing to do owner finance, which means she'll take a certain amount of money now and I can pay her over time, okay? So that means I can come with a little bit of money to gain control of the asset. And that's where the game is. So I may have needed you to track that person down and introduce yourself to them. And because now this is velocity, so now really more you're out in the field hawking down the physical owners of these properties is the main thing that you're doing. Okay, hawking them down, knocking on their door, giving them that. And then guess what? This is a new business that you and I are doing. I'm already going to provide a roof over your head. You understand what I'm saying? This is a new business that we're doing, and I'm willing to split those proceeds in the sense that if it's a wholesale deal. Wholesale simply means we get the house in contract, we sell it, we split it. And then I also want you to start networking inside of the local real estate investment group. Get to know who is who. I got the whole plans for one of the main avenues in the historical district that's now undergoing. It's just now undergoing They tore up the street, put new water lines, about to put new trees in. I had those plans for 2 years before the general public knew it was coming. How did I get them? It's because I was in communication with the Historical Society, which this dude happens to sit on another committee, which is a for-profit committee that's actually buying up the houses in the neighborhood and show me what they plan to do. You understand what I'm saying? So I already got the plans for the area. In this business of real estate, inside information is not illegal like it is on Wall Street. In real estate, you can know that, hey, such and such is coming. He's about to put a building here, put a building here. And you can work in city government and know what's going on. And then you can go start buying properties up in these areas because you know where the appreciation is coming. That's not illegal. That's not, hey, Mayor, why did you send such and such to buy all these things? Now, it may be something different. Like Trump called Elijah Cummings? I think Elijah Cummings out on it man, bro, you sitting up there. Baltimore messed up, but you getting contracts in your district, and then your wife created a company, and I ain't knocking it. Your wife created a company, and then she's awarded the contracts in your district. Now, to me, that may be a little bit of inside fairness, ain't sure, because if it's a bidding process and you still end up giving it to your company, we can see the shade inside of that shit, because that's just not fair. It was an open bidding process. You understand what I'm saying? But if it's not an open bidding process and we just, hey, we need a company that can do that, and then you say, hey, babe, you may want to do this because this business is coming and whatnot, and I think you'll be good at it. You want to do it? Oh, yeah, I'll do that. Okay, cool, because when this contract comes, we can just come straight to you. That's a different story. You know what I'm saying? And so in real estate, inside information is the greatest thing that you can have, and it's not illegal and whatnot. But you got to be able to. That's why I'm rolling with Trump, man, because this is a real estate president, and I just so happen to wake up under the real estate president and get off my own ass and start applying these techniques, right? And my life started to change for the better. So I want to ride this wave too. All right. So if you are, if you're in a relationship, like, everybody got to be 10 toes down. It ain't no, my partner kind of with it, but I'm the one that's doing. No, because it's going to be an issue. And plus, like I said, like, you got to kind of be a nomad in a sense. If you're a nomad family, that's cool. You know what I mean? But what I'm talking about is like, hey, I'm a nomad. You know what I mean? Like, who willing to grit it out? I remember the Mexicans, and they still do. And they used to do landscaping here heavy. And we had these apartments, and they stayed across the hall from us. Man, you know how deep these Mexicans was, the men working and sending that guap back home? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we willing to do for? I remember in my early teenage years, I was on a stakeout on a store about to hit a lick, and they ain't never come out the store. The dude slept in the goddamn store, Arab dude. And I'm like, oh shit, damn, they slept in the store? You know what I'm saying? Like, how far are you willing to do? And I'm really trying my best, y'all, to make it feasible for somebody that's really dedicated to this particular space. This is an emerging market where I'm at. The competition is very minimum to none. This is where I'm physically at right here. Like, and I'm getting deals after deals after deals right now, and we can really 10x this thing if someone is willing to come and say, you know what, I want to get started and do this thing. Let me stay, and I got the house for you. You know what I'm saying? So that's the opportunity that I'm talking about. When I looked out, to me, that's what consciousness and community is supposed to be about. Some form of opportunity to help provide and expand and grow family, you know what I'm saying, and self and whatnot. And so anyway, I'm not going to complain about it. I'm just going to do what I think is necessary to do, okay? So if that's you, I'm definitely screening in a sense of interviewing people with your MOS, you know what I'm saying, and seeing what's up and whatnot, and we can make it happen. I know, Tammy, that's fucking rent chicken on my motherfucking nerve, man. That shit, man. Especially if you be broke after payday after fucking with the rent. You know what I'm saying? Man, had to, man, work. You may get paid every week, and then 2 checks got to be dedicated to rent, or probably more, or get paid bi-weekly and shit, and then next thing you know, 1 check got to go towards the rent. And then, you know what I mean? Like, that's some bullshit, man. That's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we can change that dynamic. Now, where I'm talking about, I'm not going to disclose publicly. It's not a fun place in the sense of shit to do, in my opinion. But it's not about that. It's about business. This shit is about business, because the opportunity that I see right here, we can take the game. And I'm already, listen, I'm taking the block. I'm telling you, I swear to God, I'm closing on one property that's, you know, right here. I've already bought the one on the 1st of the month, or last month on the 1st. That's immediately next door to it. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm starting to get deals 2 streets over, and one other, like this whole little area that I'm targeting. I'm slowly but surely accumulating that shit. And my goal is to get the block. And when I can, I want to get the block. You know what I mean? And control it. You know what I mean? And so that's the name of the game, man. And the takeover is there. You know what I mean? It really is, man. So, all right, man. Again, man, I'm going out. I'm rocking with Trump, man. That's what I'm doing. I'm going out and I'm sending my man some positive energy on this moon. You know what I mean? And just call me. You know, my number's there, man. I put it in the chat, man. You can call my Google Voice line. It rings my phone. Bam. Just call me. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, I'm going to eat, and I'm going to get out here with my man Trump, man. And, oh, man, I don't even talk about Detroit, man. Nisi, why you do that? Don't even get me started. Why did you say that? Yeah, I mean, I showed years ago how I said we should go to Detroit. I was saying that shit like in 2013. And then I showed a video on how I called it before J.P. Morgan went into Detroit. I may actually, do I got that? Let me see. Predictions. See, you gonna make me go there. You gonna make me, watch this. I'm gonna show y'all some shit. Fuck that. I'm glad you said that. Nisi. Hold on. I'm gonna share my screen. Let me use the bathroom real fast. I'm gonna come back and we're gonna talk about some shit. I'll be right back. All right, man, let's do it. Make sure the screen share on. Let's see here. Let's blow this up real fast, man. Let's blow this up. All right, so this is the flip that we did. You know, flip from hell, got on my damn nerve, but, you know, we finally finished it and sold it. I lost 10K fucking with this house, you know, but so I just want to show you, because see, you said this Detroit shit, and I'm about that shit. I'm about it. So this was on Facebook, October the 21st, 2013, and I told people to please share it. You did. So, you know, I put the imagery together, man. You know, my man Seti is up in Detroit on the right-hand side, and, you know, I put the top people to me, you know, had represented that loud voice where they had that thunder, and it was about, you know, galvanizing these people, irregardless to their ideology, to the truth is they galvanized the crowd in a way that was really amazing. And it just was. Seti, Umar, regardless to the school and fault, they galvanized people. And at the bottom, you had some, Ali, who was a fucking genius. When he stays in the goddamn health and history shit, all right? That's my guy. I'm forever indebted to my man because he done shit for me as a brother that nobody has ever done. That's my brother, all right? But don't fuck with the Astro shit, all right? Leave that shit alone, God. Leave that shit alone, all right? But genius. Polite on the right-hand side, New Covenant, irregardless, again, to people's imperfections. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about raw potential fucking geniuses. And smack dab in the middle, man, who's always been solid and not solid, ain't going nowhere, paying people's bills for the last, 9 years now? Yeah, it's going on 9 years. In 2 months, it'll be 9 years we've been serving as, a little in-house private thing that we help our own people out, you know what I'm saying? And, it ain't never been I ordered something from Minister Jew and Ampu and they gave me my money and they took my money and they ain't give me the product. You ain't never seen it. You ain't never seen no refunds, no peace. That shit that's out here in the streets with Jay Morrison and it's just facts and I ain't trying to shit on nobody. I'm just stating motherfucking facts. You understand what I'm saying? And it ain't never been that kind of shit with us. You dig? And here's the thing. Everybody rolls solo. Me and this nigga the only motherfuckers that's rolling like a team. Like, yo, it's about teamwork, bro. I fall back and let my man shine. My man was on my Facebook for years, and I really wasn't even saying shit. And motherfuckers thought it was me, and he had to sign his name on it. Who giving the nigga they Facebook and shit? But I'm like, yo, he ain't got. And the reason is, nigga, you ain't got to go build yours up from scratch. If people know you from the beginning from me, just go ahead and use mine. It's all good, bro. I ain't tripping. Like, that's what I'm saying. When I say I'll give you a fucking house to come stay in, I mean that shit. I'm not tripping. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, the reason you see it says Detroit Takeover. I created a website way back then and called it resolution444.com. And certain people know in the conscious community because there was an online petition that you wanted to see this, and I got an old screenshot somewhere of certain people named who signed off on this shit. And I'm like, fuck it, let's go take Detroit and buy this shit. This is in 2013. You see the date, 2013. I said this shit, right? So watch this. And so that was October of 2013. Okay. Damn near 2 years later, look at the date, Detroit, September of 2015, the Detroit Development Fund, J.P. Morgan Chase and Company, and the W.K. Kellogg Foundation today announced a new $6.5 million lending program for Detroit businesses owned by entrepreneurs of color and businesses that primarily hire people of color. The Entrepreneurs of Color Fund will boost economic opportunity for minority-owned businesses in Detroit by providing them with greater access to capital. God damn it, I was 2 years ahead of these motherfuckers, these big boy bankers. I'm 2 years ahead of their ass. So now this would have happened if we would have got to Detroit and we started buying shit in this section called Midtown. If I would have went there, surveyed that shit, and be like, okay, this makes sense. Did we buy all this shit right here? Right? And then all that shit that's spawning now, man, then we would have been fucking paid, right? So I'm 2 years ahead of JP Morgan on that one, right? Now, on this particular slide, what I'm trying to show you here, March the 4th of 2018, all right, it shows you that I had signed a document, or I'm being invited to sign a document, okay? So let's see what they're talking about. All right, so this is actually the big-ass building that I bought. I own it, but I'm selling it. What I'm pointing at here is its value back in 2000 was $480,000, and back in 2008, its value, or maybe 2004, its value 2004, its value is $445,000. You see Prosperity Investment Group, I picked it up for 18.4. This shit is damn near almost worth $500,000 damn dollars in this prime, and it's only for sale for 18. Oh shit! Drop $100K in this whole thing real fast. Hopefully, even $200K, it gets back to its old glory. That's a $200,000 payday. I'll take it, right? But we could actually utilize this building and do what we want to do. I still own the building right now, and I can say, nope, I'm not gonna sell it, and we can open it up and we can do some shit right now. But that, you know what it takes to this? That's a lot of community. So versus me thinking that, you know, everybody lives far. You just can't get up and leave your family and shit. Maybe some people just not adventurous like that. I haven't been at home since I was 16 years old, okay? I haven't been back home since 16, all right? Some niggas ain't never had their own apartments and damn near 50, okay? Now, I'm just adventurous like that, though, okay? So anyway, pick this bad boy up, and this is me showing the neighborhood and where new development was going to come at, okay? And back here in orange, say new builds, right? That's what that's about. There's new housing right there. New development space, I said, should come right here. And then there's a new co-op market that's going to be built right here, okay? Now, let me see something here. Now, March 16th, 2018, the Gem City Market announced that they had a capital campaign, okay? This was March 16th, 2018, okay? But hold on. That's March, that's May, hold on. Oh, that's the capital campaign, but they didn't announce their location yet. So I think I'm going to come back to that. Maybe. I got an edited version. But anyway, this is some shit right here when I was doing Buy Back the Block in another city. But that's neither here or there. In fact, if you ever see me in front of the real estate office, I'll be like, yo, I'm down here, I got the real estate. This building was turned into the real estate office right here. And I was back on this shit back in December 2016. And on this video, I specifically say the real estate office. And then the shit became a real estate office. All right. That's a flip. So here he is. So this one, July 2019, JP Morgan Chase expands Entrepreneur Color Fund to drive inclusive economic growth in Chicago's South and West Side. This was July 19th, 2018. Okay. Now I can go to the record book. Okay. Because I don't want y'all to think I'm bullshitting. All right. But I can go to when was that? They did July 19th, 2018. Okay. Now watch this. Where you at? And by the way, if you want to get started in real estate on PropStream, let me know. I'll get you an affiliate link. I done linked up with PropStream where you actually pay less than what I'm paying. I'm paying $99 a month, and you'll pay $97 a month, and you get a free 7-day trial. All right. So I done hooked up with them, and they done hooked their brother up. What is it? 134 South May Street in Chicago. All right. All right, I just want to show y'all something real fast. All right. So y'all see it, May right here in the far right, May 22nd, 2018. Okay, is May 27, May 22nd. Yeah, May 22nd is where we bought it for 30. Okay, May 22nd. All right. Y'all saw it. May 22nd, 2018. And that was on the south side of Chicago. 2 months later, in July, now JP Morgan is coming behind me again. So I beat them 2 years in Detroit, and then I beat them about 2 months in Chicago. You understand what I'm saying? So really, I should be taking to me, the way I see it, all right, I should be taking my real estate expertise to JP Morgan. And I should be working with some motherfuckers who got some money. That's how I really look at this shit. You know what I'm saying? For real. Because I'm taking you with a big, I'm beating the big, listen, this is a bank that has fucking, what, I don't know, trillions, for sure, billions of assets under management. You know what I'm saying? Their real estate division, when they say, let's go out into the world and get into urban America, your boy beating them, pop, beating them. Okay? And I'm just, I like it. I love it. But the play is obvious. It ain't rocket science either, though. Like, this shit is obvious. You can look at some of this shit and be like, oh, okay, yeah, this, you know. But like I said, in Tremont, the spawning comes from the entrepreneur. J.P. Morgan brought the capital there, but they didn't say they was going to build the businesses. They said it's for people who got businesses and that employ people, or people who want to put businesses there. That's what that's about. So that Detroit shit, I was on Detroit in 2013. Like, yo, let's go to fucking Detroit and crush this thing, right? I'll show you something. Hold on. I'm gonna show you something. I'll show you something. That's in my phone. Let me see. Oh, y'all may hear me. I think I lost my dang on thing because I unplugged my camera. Hold on. Let me see. No, I don't want that camera. Oh, no, I unplugged the wrong thing. Oh, sorry, y'all. No. Hold on. I hate that camera. All right, cool. All right. Let me come out of here and come over here to this USB port. All right. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go to my screen, but I think it's in... Where is that at? Is that in my... It's a folder of mine. I'll find out of here. You're not gonna tell me. All right. Oh, it's actually in my pictures. Where's it at? Oh, here it is. All right, hold on. I'm about to come to the screen share. All right. So we actually went to Detroit, man, and I was on the verge of making a documentary about Detroit. You understand what I'm saying? Where, like, this is what you see when we went to Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. This may be Jill. Let me make sure I'm good. Hold on. All right, hello. All right, y'all. So, you know, this is Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't went to neighborhoods, man, where, like, again, I'm not going to just talk about it. Like, we went to Flint. Like, this is Jew right here. We down here in Flint. You know what I mean? Like, yo, let's go to Flint and see what the situation is. Shout out to Sister Bev, you know what I mean, and the people she was with and the team and whatnot. She got a blog talk radio called Truth to Power, but we was at some soul food joint. I just remember the dude name is Bert, I think, Bert Soul Food or some shit. But like we pulled up, man, you know what I'm saying, and whole blocks. Like you can't do nothing with this kind of shit. Ain't no rehabbing no shit like this. You know what I'm saying? Like whole blocks. I want to see if I got this one picture where like blocks was decimated, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Barry, Pennsylvania, we on the east side of the D. You know what I'm saying? Like shit crazy. Looked like a bomb dropped on it. You know what I mean? And so we were actually there, you know what I mean, just, going surveying. Now that make it do something. It was a fire on that, you know what I mean? But I just wanted to show you, man, like in them old warehouses where they had, the old car joint, the old car factories and shit. Like I've been there. Like that's me taking the pictures. I'm inside of this joint. You know what I'm saying? So I'm there surveying this shit. You know what I'm saying? The rest is that. But let me get out of here. So anyway, yeah, man, Detroit makes me sensitive. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, yeah, Burt's in Eastern Market. That's where I was. Yeah, yep. You know what I'm saying? Nisi, where you at? You in Detroit? What's my girl? I can't remember my girl name, man, that would be with Sister Bev on her radio channel for some strange reason. Where you at, Nisi? Give me your number, Nisi. Call me. Lamar Harmon, I had an idea the last 3 years, didn't know how to get started. I sent it as a message on your IG. Oh, yeah, for real? Man. Detroit, Chicago, Baltimore, Philly. Chicago popping. Shout out to Anya, man, in the Family Wealth Club, and she doing her thing. Oh, that's you in there? Ah, that was you? I should go back and pull that picture up. That's what's up. I should go back and I'm sorry, I'm not thinking of the picture. Were you at a historic Northern or the North End? Okay. Yeah, call me, man. Yeah, call me. But Lamar, yeah, Chicago's popping right now. Chicago's popping. You know what I'm saying? In the Family Wealth Club, Anya is about to crush the game in Chicago. I'll let her tell where and whatnot, so that's we got boots on the ground. One person so far that's there. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Jew is there, but as far as the real estate, you know what I mean. Get at me, bro. Get at me, and that's another thing too. Whoever can come to me, like we ain't far from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? I'm maybe like 2.5, 3 hours away. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 5 from Chicago, 7 from Philly. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't like I'm about it, man. Like I used to be a truck driver, so road trips is my shit. It's therapeutic to me. You know what I'm saying? And we can really hit, especially this Rust Belt in the Midwest, that St. Louis, that Indianapolis, that Ohio, that, you know what I'm saying, that Michigan. We can really make some things pop, but we just got to be dedicated to the craft. It's a numbers game. You know what I'm saying? If we can get out here and elect our damn selves as the president. That's the real election. You know what we did last time when Trump ran? We did a ceremony where we was electing ourselves the president of the United States of America. In the inauguration, we had an inaugural address, and I'll do it every year, where you're going to be the president of your goddamn life. You know what I'm saying? And use that moment of that energy that's going versus, oh, look, this messed up, and all that shit. Use this moment of energy to swear yourself in to be the president of your life and your family and do your thing. You understand what I'm saying? And that's where we will crush them at. You know what I'm saying? So Almeida, between Philly, Chicago, Ohio, is pretty much our main markets right now and whatnot. Yep, they're my main markets, man. Chicago market is up. That's where we at. But I'm itching to get into Detroit. I've really been itching to get into the D. Cleveland is another spot as well. You know what I'm saying? Is really good. Really good and whatnot. All right. Yep. Yeah. So yeah. Hit me up, man. So yeah, if y'all need me, man, hit me up. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna make some phone calls. I'm gonna eat and I'm going outside. and do y'all thing, man. So I'll see y'all later. All right. Peace.